Instead of paying for your electric bill, today I'm going to show you how to earn money with your electric bill with a service called OhmConnect. To save you time from unnecessarily watching this video, OhmConnect only works for California, Texas, and New York. I've been using this service for over 6 years, so I want to share a lot of tips and tricks on how to maximize your earnings and reduce your electricity bill. With all of that said, I have a referral link down in the video description below. You can get $10 free just for signing up if you're in California, $20 if you're in New York, and $30 if you are in Texas. On the surface, it's pretty simple. They tell you to turn down your electricity, and if you do, they're going to pay you according to how much you save. This seems kind of mysterious. Where do they get the money to pay you? How can they know how much you're going to use? Now, the utilities can anticipate how much demand they're going to need fairly accurately depending on the weather forecast. If the demand is unusually high, they have to spool up some additional power plants, and some of those might be dirty power plants such as coal-firing ones. They cannot just turn them on instantly. They have to spool them up. It might take hours to do so, and it's going to take millions of dollars just to get them up and running to the point where they can supply electricity. Now, these peak demand times usually happens in the early AM around 7 a.m. or so, and also in the evening around 7 p.m. Now, these times corresponds with the sun going down. So the solar supply essentially goes away, and all of a sudden we're relying on the power plants. But the peak demand does not always happen when the sun is not shining. It happens when there is extra demand on the grid, such as when there is really cold times or really hot times. Cold times is when you need to run the electric heater. Hot times when people need to run a lot of AC. So instead of the utility company paying millions of dollars to start these dirty power plants, they can pay a fraction of that to OhmConnect so that they can reduce the demand on the grid. It becomes a win-win situation because OhmConnect makes money. All the people that are using OhmConnect makes money. The utility company does not have to pay as much money to meet demand because they're essentially artificially reducing demand. Now, OhmConnect aggregated a lot of users. The more users they have, the more ability they have to turn down the power. So this ability for OhmConnect to reduce the demand at will is worth a lot of money. OhmConnect then incentivizes the user to reduce electricity by paying them. The more electricity that you save during certain peak hours, the more money that you're gonna make. For any new user using this, you're gonna have a question of how are they gonna calculate what you would have used? For this, they just look at your history of how much you typically use during a weekday or weekend. It looks at the past 10-day average. For example, for an ohm hour from 7 to 8 p.m., it's gonna look at May 20th, 7 to 8 p.m., May 23rd, 7 to 8 p.m., and so on. These are all weekdays. It's gonna take out any day that has an energy event, because if you happen to have an energy event, you might just turn down the power and it's gonna lower your average. So it's trying to look at a typical day where there are no ohm hours and average all those together. Ohm hour is just what OhmConnect calls one of these energy events where they tell you to reduce your energy usage over the period of 1 hour. And it usually coincides with 6 p.m., 7 p.m., right? It never starts at 6:30 or 6:15 or so. So ohm hour are scheduled ahead of time. They'll tell you like 1 or 2 days ahead of time. Auto ohms happens in increments of 15 minutes, and this can happen at any time. So you don't know when it's going to happen, and when it happens, they're going to turn off your smart devices for you. It's only during these energy events that you earn money, and ohm hours may happen probably 4 to 6 times every single month or so. Now, in order to make this work, they have to connect to your utility account. At first, I was a little skeptical because it's this new company that I have never heard of, but you can take me as an example. I've used it for 6 years. I have never had an issue with them. They paid me handsomely over the years just for using this service. And the first time I've ever used this was in July 2016, 6 years ago. You might wonder, since they pay you, will they ever make it so that you have to pay them back if you don't save energy during an ohm hour? The answer is no. You will never have to pay them money if you, let's say, ignore all the ohm hours and you get like negative points or something. This will never be the case. If you use this service, you may accumulate some points, and if you, let's say, ignore an ohm hour or something, they may deduct those points, but there will never be a case where you actually have to pay OhmConnect money if you ignore an ohm hour or an auto ohm. How much can you expect to earn? I would say around $10 to $40 a month. $10 a month for someone just starting out, and trying to figure everything out. Hopefully this video will get you guys to probably like the $40 range. The people that are gonna earn the most money are the people that uses the most baseline electricity and the people who happen to turn down their electricity the most during those ohm hours and auto ohms. For a very active user like myself, in June 2022, just last month, I earned a total of $64.44. This is a nice chunk of change so that I can put it towards my PG&E bill. Summer and winter months are usually higher paying because there are more extreme weather events. With climate change happening, we're gonna see more extreme weather events, and also with more people using electric cars, it's gonna put more demand on the electric grid. This means that in the years ahead, I see OhmConnect paying out more and more. Smart devices can also earn you additional money for every ohm hour or auto ohm. But you have to be careful because you'll only earn money if OhmConnect turns off those devices for you. If they happen to be off, let's say a smart light switch or something, and you don't have the light on, you're not gonna earn any money from that. Electric vehicles, if they happen to be on at the time and OhmConnect turns it off for you, you're gonna earn 1,200 watts. This translates to $1.89 every single time over the course of a month. This is 4 times, right? This is gonna be like around $8 per month just for having OhmConnect turn off charging of your car. For a smart thermostat, you get 320 watts, which translates to about 50 cents every single time OhmConnect turns off your thermostat. In my experience, you don't actually have to have your thermostat heating your house or cooling your house at the moment when the ohm hour happens. So as long as it's on, you're gonna earn about 50 cents every single ohm hour. So if it's gonna happen on average about 4 times a month, you're gonna earn $2 right there every single month. Smart plugs are worth 40 watts every single time OhmConnect turns you off. This translates to about 6.3 cents each time. Smart light switches are worth a lot less at 4 watts each. This translates to about 0.6 cents each time they turn it off for you. Considering that one single smart plug is worth as much as 10 smart switches. I pretty much just ignore all the smart switches. I don't really care if they're on or not. Now, your OhmConnect status also plays a big part in how much you earn, because if you're in the silver status, gold, platinum, or diamond status, this translates to how much you can trade your watts for real money. The higher the tier that you're at, the more valuable your watts become, which means you can trade it in for more money. It looks at the past 5 ohm hours, not auto ohms, because you cannot prepare for auto ohms. It just happens any time of the day. Ohm hour is a little different because you kind of know when it's gonna happen 1 or 2 days ahead, and you can kind of plan around it. So you can go, okay, ohm hour is gonna happen the next day, 7 to 8 p.m. Maybe I want to eat from 6 to 7. Maybe during the ohm hour, I'm gonna turn everything off. I'm gonna go for a walk instead. Or some crazy people like me, I turn off all my breakers and I consume next to nothing, maybe like only 10 watts during that ohm hour. So if you look at the rewards here, you can do a lot of different things like spin a wheel. I don't know the statistics on how much you can get for this, so I usually just go for paying out in cash. I'm in the diamond status tier here, so I get 30% discount. I go all the way down here. There's other stuff that you can get, right? You can like enter in for like prizes. You can go into sweepstakes. You can get Amazon gift card. You can get Sunbasket promo code. You can get some smart plugs, Google Nest Mini. You can get Nest learning thermostats and things like that. You can even get OhmConnect swag. But if you're looking to translate all of this earnings into real cash, you go all the way to the bottom and you click on this exchange for watts over here, and it says PayPal. So normally you can trade 9,080 watts for $10. But because of my diamond tier, I only have to pay 6,350 watts. A little trick here is if you look at the $100 exchange, it's 63,550. Go back to 10 is 6,350, not 6,355. So if you get the $10 one at a time, is actually cheaper than if you get the $100 one. I hope this video helps you get up to speed on using OhmConnect. It has been a very good tool for reducing my electricity bill. And as I said, I do have a referral link down in the video description below. I hope this helps you guys out, and don't forget to give me a like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.